go pop over and see if I can get it working over here.
Okay.
On your right to where I had and cold. It is cold over there.
Do do do. Do do do. People are already signing on, Mom. Ooh, put my vest on. What do we got? Welcome everybody. Welcome Sue from Michigan, Bradley from California, where it's probably nicer and warmer.
Looks like Pat's on and she's in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, northern Wisconsin.
Oh, for
Look.
those of you who are in warm places, we are envious.
Yes. Well, with 8 people on, we're going to go ahead and get started and let everyone catch up. We are coming to you live from historic downtown Stoughton. It's the Ed and Becky Show. My name is Ed. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Becky says hi, and we are coming to you from the 59-degree Fahrenheit basement of an 1865 historic building. So we've got a heater on and a little bit of warm clothing. And I trust you are shopping from somewhere where it's warm. So tonight we're doing Strands. As you may have seen in our newsletter, we have about 1,000 different strand choices in our studio, and we calculated that we've probably done 11 Facebook Live shows in the modern era, so that we've only maybe showcased 440 of those, so we still got a lot to showcase. And these are some Tucson strands from the last couple of years that have yet to be showcased but are very lovely. So we thought we would bring them to you tonight, given that Tucson is firing up. Well, it's actually firing up as we speak. Some of the venues open today, some open tomorrow, some open Saturday. So anyway, we've got 40 lots for you tonight. 5 of them are large hole, 35 are small hole. We've got 8 lots of turquoise separated into 2 different lots of 4. We've got 6 lots of pearls separated into 2 different lots of 3. The first 3 you're going to see are large hole. The second 3 are going to be smaller hole. And then we've got a ton of other gemstones and some value beads, and just a really good mixture to add to your stash. And how this works tonight is, if you've shopped with us before, you know exactly how to shop. If this is your first time, if you see a lot, like we're gonna show you merchandise, and then we're gonna show you this, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I want that," and you just say "sold lot number 1." It's just that easy. We'll always assume you want quantity 1, but if in any case you want more than 1 quantity, please note that quantity 2, or times 2 or times 3, at the end of the show, we send you a secure click-and-pay email invoice from Square. And in order to do that, we need to know your email address. So we just need to know your email address by sending an email to Becky@diakonosdesigns.com. Do not put your email address in the feed. You could also use Facebook Messenger, but the preference is to send an email to Becky@diakonosdesigns.com. Shipping is free for net orders over $50, but it is a sales show, so just keep in mind you really need to have about $56 because you're going to get automatically 10% off to still get free shipping. 56 after discount would be $50.40. So, and if you're under $50, we'll charge you shipping. And then the more you spend, the more you save. If you get $100, pretty easy to do. Even $250 is pretty easy to do. You can get 20 or 30% off. So the prices you're going to see are the retail prices, and again, the 10, 20, or 30% off will be taken off all in one chunk on your invoice. So without further ado, and with all kinds of folks on, welcome Randy or Diane from, I believe, Ohio. We've got some 2,000-year-old Roman glass. These are 2x5 Hishis, a 16-inch strand. We have 10 of them available, $32 each. We get these from an Afghan trader that also trades in African beads. And he's got good all of our Roman glass has great provenance, that it's real ancient Roman glass, not modern Coke bottles. And we just had never seen anything exactly like this, and this was going to be in one of the 2025 shows, and I think it was a late scratch for some a different type of Roman glass. But it's very, very lovely, and we thought you might like some 2,000-year-old ancient Roman glass Hishis. These could be used as spacers. These could be used in earring construction. These would make gorgeous necklaces. I mean, literally restrand that, maybe put a little bit of metal spacer in there. But super, super, super lovely. And that is a lot.
My recollection is those fit on beading wire, or beading chain, right?
Oh, yeah. These do fit on the thinner 0.7 of a millimeter beading chain. They would not fit on the 1.2, but they would fit on the thinner. Lot number 2 and 3 are some premium Larimar. We got some at the Milwaukee Bead Show back in August, and it was from someone that we knew that we'd gotten Larimar from before. Got a great price on it, so that we could give you a retail price of just $4 a gram. These are 14-gram strands for $56. Larimar is so precious, it's often sold by the gram. And these are lovely approximate 5x7 ovals, very consistent in their color, very consistent in their size. And I apologize, I thought I had a sample bracelet. I do have a sample bracelet of lot number 3. This I'll just set this aside right now, but I do have a sample bracelet of lot number 3. But this is lot number 2, and lovely, lovely little, like I said, coins. This would make a great delicate bracelet, great delicate necklace, fun matching earrings. Yeah, it's a little, it's not a cheap strand, but neither is Larimar. Larimar can only be found in one county, one region on the Isle of Hispaniola. That's the only place it exists. So this is a much heavier strand. These are about 4x6 faceted rondelles, nice and thick. But you can see the strands are 24 grams, so it is $96. But again, discountable. And again, I got a necklace example as well. This is a fun little bracelet we have in our store. And again, you could comfortably get, if you're using spacers, you can get 3 bracelets out of a 16-inch strand. Without spacers, 2 large bracelets, even 2 large anklets, and certainly with spacers up to a 24-inch necklace. with the 16-inch strand.
What are those spacers, Eddie?
These are crystal rondelles. We call them bling. It's a little. We have crystal rondelles in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10 millimeter. So this is a necklace that we did with with a sister strand of these. It was a thinner, and so these were thinner, non-faceted. But you kind of get the idea from a design standpoint of, again, I also paired these with bling, and I paired them with some non-bling as well, just some nice metal spacers. Then I graduated to bling. So if you want some lovely Larimar at a great high quality and a great price, over the years we've had many different lots of Larimar, and they keep selling out, so we keep buying more. And each of those we had 10 strands of, and so the fact that we're down to 7 means they are indeed selling. So lot number 4 is Larimar quartz. Larimar quartz. What's the difference between Larimar and Larimar quartz? Well, it's kind of like the difference between lobster and lobster bisque. I mean, lobster is certainly a premium. Lobster bisque isn't just as nice, but it's still lobster. So this is a quartz that is mined separately from Larimar, and it has the appearance of Larimar, and that's how it gets its name. But again, there is, I guess that's my analogy doesn't hold up because there is no quote unquote Larimar in here, but it's lovely, lovely. These are square 2x7 millimeter Hishis, 16-inch strands. We have 7 of these available for $20 each. 7 of these available for $20 each. Let's just do some quick math. 12 to an inch. So you've got almost 200 beads for your $20. So you're paying, less than 10 cents a bead. So lovely, lovely stuff. These could be used as spacers. These could be used as the focal part of a necklace or bracelet. So, especially if you're going on a cruise and want a very Caribbean look, that definitely has a Caribbean vibe. We've had different forms of kyanite on the shows over the years, but we have yet to have these kyanite tubes, and we just have 5 of these available. They're 6x12 approximate tubes on a 16-inch strand. Just 5 of these available at $38. So, regular, irregular, and that some are, you can see there's some fats and some thins. There's some brighter blues and brighter grays and brighter greens all mixed in. But if you like kyanite, it's kind of up there with labradorite and moonstone, in that it has some flash to it, and people, definitely love it, to add to their designs. So we do have some inexpensive strands coming up. We got 4 lots of turquoise coming up. But I thought I'd get some very beautiful, I thought I'd lead out with some very beautiful strands of Larimar, Roman glass, and kyanite. So there we are, lot number 5. Lot number 6, 7, 8, and 9 are turquoise. And so the second volley of turquoise is going to be lots 21, 22, 23, and 24. Those are a bit more premium and a bit more pricey. And I'm going to put lots 6 and 7 out on the table together. And your first thought is, oh my gosh, yet I cannot tell the difference. $12, $16. But the difference when you start looking closely is these are, they're both kind of a nugget. This is a little bit more of an irregular nugget as we get into the 16-inch $16 strands. They get to be a bit more regular, as you can kind of observe there. So the difference between irregular and regular nuggets, but are pretty much the same size. They're in a range of 5 to 8 millimeter. And that's any dimension this way or this way. Is somewhere between 5 and 8 millimeter. Just $12. These are super nice for bracelets. We do bracelets with these, necklaces with these. These are great for putting a little pop of turquoise in your earrings. There we go, Carmen. Get some bidding rolling. Maybe everyone's saving their money for lot number 7. So it's lot number 6. Lot number 7 is lot number 6's sister, and again, just a bit more. We have 10 of these. Of both of these, we had 10 available. A lot of our lots tonight, we have 10 available. I think the lowest we have is 4 of any different lots. Again, this is both 6 and 7 were 16-inch strands. These are more, whereas those nuggets were more 5. All right, will do, Miss Carol. I'll try to get we'll make a note of that, Miss Becky, and try to get her a nice variety one. Most of them have a good variety, but we'll make sure of that. So while the other ones are more 5 to 8, these are almost a more uniform 6 by 9. Almost a more uniform 6 by 9. The closer you look at them, you really couldn't call them irregular, albeit they are freeform in their shapes. So $16. So at 9, let's see, you get 3. So you're getting 45 to 48 beads for your $16, about 30 cents a bead. If you're doing getting a lot of strands, it can be as low as 20 cents a bead if you're getting discount. So that is lot number 7. Lot number 8 is indeed, I think, one of those ones where we just have 4 strands of it. These are some very uniform turquoise nuggets, around 10 to 12 millimeter, and very awesome color, and again, very uniform and nuggety. So this, you can create the Wilma Flintstone necklace with this, but these aren't too big where you could still be doing a bracelet with these. You could still have matching earrings with these. We use a similar size to this for our production waterfall bracelets, where we'll either drop 3 of these or 5 of these from a center ring with some accents, and each of them hanging a little bit different height on chain. And so these are super lovely for $20. And that is lot number 8. Lot number 9, we had a similar, and it may have even been these exact beads in 2024. I found these in backstock. So what this is a 9 millimeter round turquoise coin that is fully faceted with about a dozen faces on both sides. We got these from a Hong Kong turquoise dealer, and haven't seen anything like it before or since. It is $32 for a 16-inch strand, but they are very, very lovely and very, very functional for, again, bracelets, necklaces, these I think would just be insane in earrings. Maybe put a little, seed pearl above or below them, and or pair them maybe with some coral or some amber, or even some with some spiny oyster. But these are just super, super lovely. And again, kind of a found object as we were going through our backstock. So lot number 9. Lot number 10. We've had various types of amethyst on before, but I've been swirling this for production necklaces. One of my favorite amethysts is the dogtooth amethyst, and this is a very striking 14 by 20 oval, but a very consistent, fully consistent oval. And I actually like dogtooth amethyst better than regular amethyst. It's got so much interest. You could just sit there and stare at a single bead all day and see and just observe all the God-given intricacies of it. We have just 6 of these lots, or 6 of lot 10 available for $34 each. And I could do some quick calculations that, what would it be? Every 5 beads is 4 inches. Let's see. So you're getting 25 beads, or approximately 25 beads with this. So, $1.20, $1.30 a bead on these. And again, if you're getting discount, it could be well under $1. But just look at those. I mean, literally, we will put these on a sterling ear wire. Maybe have just a little bit of interest above and a little bit of interest below. We put $24 on them, and they fly during the art fair season. So anyway, it's lovely, lovely stuff. 34, 6 of those available. Lots 11, 12, and 13 are large hole pearls. Lots 11, 12, and 13 are large hole pearls. And they're also 8-inch strands, 8-inch strands. But look at that natural nacre. So $20 for some large hole peacock pearls, approximately 6 by 9 millimeter ovals, about 22 pearls to a strand, under $1 a pearl. You're getting pretty close to I shouldn't say pretty close to, you're getting at least a 2 millimeter hole in these. So these would be great for a ladder weave. They would be great for a chevron. They'd be great for a braided, like a double square knot, macrame knot design. Just super, super gorgeous.
I like to just string them on leather and do a knot in between, like you would do a knotted pearl with silk, but just do it with leather. Yeah,
those of you that can't hear Becky, she said just put them on leather with a knot in between. And it has a very, very rich look. That's lot number 11. Lots number 12 and 13 are twins with very subtle differences. So I'm going to put them out together just so you can see. They both have almost a flawless, nacre, perfect circles. One is just a little bigger than the other. That's the only difference. They have those same juicy 2mm holes, same juicy 2mm holes. The big difference with 12 is, like I said, it's a little bit bigger, so I'm calling these 7. They're probably closer to 7.5 millimeters. But you can see just a very, very consistent blemish-free round with just a solid, shiny nacre. You're getting approximately 28 pearls for your pearl dollar. So again, under $1 a pearl. And yeah, I mean, pearls were rising when we were in Tucson last year. It'd be interesting to see if they jumped dramatically this coming year. So that's lot number 12. Lot number 13. Oh, you're saying, oh, I was holding out because I like 6mm. And it's like, okay, here you go. These are the exact pearls that are in we have a 6mm chevron kit, a premium pearl chevron kit that uses these, so those are about as sweet as you're going to see. $24 for 8 of them. So you're getting about 32 pearls. So now you're down to about 75 cents a pearl. And every bit is lovely. Lot 14 is Moonstone. It's we've had many different types of moonstone on past shows, but we've never had this moonstone. And let me show it to you. It is a approximately 5.5 millimeter round faceted moonstone. Lots of flash. And again, it's a shorter 8-inch strand, but you're still getting, what are we getting here? We're getting approximately 34 beads. That's how I kind of knew it wasn't quite 6mm, because we would only be getting 32 if it was 6mm. So I figured it's about 5.5 millimeter, but gorgeous moonstone. And again, especially considering the price, just $18. Again, you'll see a little bit, just like labradorite, you'll see a little bit more flash, but then on the ones with more flash, you're often seeing those strands at $30, $40, and $50. So for $18, you can't go wrong. And if you loves the moon's almost full. Another couple days, and another couple days. A little bit after Groundhog's Day, it's going to be full. Lot 15. We're back to 16-inch strands. You can call these howlite, you can call these dyed turquoise, whatever you call them, you can call them lovely and call them affordable. Only $10 for 2 millimeter by 5 millimeter Hishis. Again, look at that rich Caribbean color. Again, looks like Larimar. But again, at this price, we know it can't be turquoise. It's just such a great value. So again, you're getting, again, about 12 beads to the inch. You're getting about 200 of these for $10. So you're paying, 4 or 5 cents a bead for such lovely. Again, these could be lovely spacers with some turquoise, or again, maybe pair it with some amber or something like that. That's lot 15. Lot 16 and 17 are in the amber color. 17 is actually amber. and our only lot of citrine is 18, so that's what's coming up. This is probably, you know, the tag. The tag says mixed agate. We call it fancy agates, but it's probably one of the most gorgeous agates I've, strands I've ever seen. $24 for a 15-inch strand of 6mm rounds. So you're getting about 60 beads, about 40 cents a bead. But just so delicious. It's like every bead is this own little like universe or marble. You know, I don't know if the lighting is doing this justice because we're getting a lot of flashback from the ring light. But you know, some of this has the striping of like sardonyx, but just super, super rich and lovely, especially if you like ambers and oranges and such. 17 is, hey, Mary Sue, I see you're on. I sent you an email. Be sure to tell us who your Beads and Brew guest is. You can do that obviously offline, but we make name tags for Beads and Brews, and we're going to see Mary Sue next Wednesday at Beads and Brews. Glad to see that you are on. So I had foreshadowed 17 is actual amber. We did have something very similar to this on our June show, but it was at $38. It was just a different, ever so slightly different. And these came out of backstock. So these were, this is some lovely Baltic amber. This is my, call this butterscotch amber, whatever you want to call it. It's the most, in my mind, it's the most gorgeous color of amber, and any other color of amber is just not the same. But anyway, these are irregular nuggets, anywhere from 10 to 20 millimeters in size. 16-inch strand of these. These are very lightweight, so again, great for earring construction, but great for making a long boho necklace. Again, mixing in some turquoise, mixing in some other color wheel, complementary colors along with it. It's just super, 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 super lovely. So again, $32. We have 9 of these strands available, and that is lot number 17. Lot number 18, I mentioned, is our only lot of citrine. And if you remember, in Tucson in 2025, we came back with, I said we had 15 different stones that we had these 1.5 by 6 millimeter hishis. And so I think with the citrine now, we finally have showcased all of them. It took many different shows for us to showcase all of those, but we never did showcase the citrine. And so we have 4 of these left. These are 15-inch strands, 1.5 by 6 millimeters. So you're getting, what are we getting now to the inch? You're getting, doing some quick math, 16 to the inch, so times 15, 240 of these to the strand. Very, very uniform, both in color and in size. So nice rich yellows. All right, citrine, that's lot 18. We've had different clear quartzes on past shows, but we've never had this exact size. This is one of my favorite sizes. I've been thinking I still need to do some sort of project with these. But anyway, just 28 bucks. A lot of our other quartz was in the $30 to $40 range. This is $28. It's kind of like a 6x9 millimeter drop, like a droplet of, you know, just the most clearest glass you've ever seen. You know, it looks like fine, you know, crystal glassware that you would get at you know, at a wedding shower. Just super rich looking quartz, and we just have 7 of these available. 16-inch strands. Doing some quick math, you're getting about 45, you know, 45 of these for your $28. So that's our only clear quartz in the show. And then lot 20 is our only lot of labradorite in this show. I really worked hard to get a good variety, given that it had been 7 months since our last strand show. So these were out of back stock as well, and I was like, what are these doing in back stock? But anyway, these are kind of a 9x13 faceted coin, 9x13 faceted coin. You're getting about 19 to 20 of these in a 10.5-inch strand. As you can see, and I think the cameras and the lighting is doing it justice, there is a mountain of flash in these for 20 bucks. Again, it's a shorter strand, but you're still getting these for about $1 a bead. But you know, if you love labradorite, you really are looking for the flash, and these do have these bring the flash to the table, and you will not be disappointed. Again, could be an Insta bracelet, Insta necklace. I mean, Insta bracelet, Insta necklace. You know, make great earrings. You know, because they are so fancy. You know, you don't. You know, you can let these speak for themselves. You don't necessarily have to overly accessorize them. So that's lot number 20. Lot 21. And again, I just got to shift some trays around. And so just a reminder that this show I am going to post. It'll probably take me a day or two to post, but it will be posted as a shoppable cart. Now that it appears we're going to have, you know, plenty of stock to stock the carts. So we will have, these will be posted online, but you can also shop these via the replay system on Facebook through the weekend. We always have these on Facebook through the weekend. All right, now we're getting to 4 lots of premium turquoise. 4 lots of premium turquoise. These are some gorgeous little 4x7 millimeter oval coins. $48. These were actually date back to 2023 Tucson trip, and our highest our most trusted turquoise vendor at the gem show, and they sell is turquoise. They sell nothing else, and these are just super gorgeous. And I plan to still, if do some things with these. We had set some aside, and at one point, and we decided, we're just going to keep a little bit and then just put the rest out. But we do think these would make great production turquoise necklaces and bracelets. The uniformity, the uniform size is just spot on, 100% uniform in sizing, but yet you're getting a good variety in the, a high preponderance of blues, but you're getting some interest in there. Lot 21 is kind of its big sister. lot 21 is, or, I'm sorry, that was lot 21. Lot 22 is kind of its big sister. And these are not as uniform. They're anywhere from 6 to 12 millimeters on each dimension. A lot of these are in that 8 to 10, 8 to 11 oval, but some are as small as 6, some are as big as 12 on the width and the height. So we have 7 strands of these, $42 for these, and again, leaning much more towards the blues. Again, a good mix of variety throughout the strand, but leaning much more towards the blues. Very nice polished finish. See Marla's loving them. Thank you, Marla. Marla knows good turquoise when she sees it, as does Miss Brenda. Lot 23 is a these are also hidden in back stock, and I thought, okay, these are time that we see the light of day. These are some slightly irregular turquoise hishis, about 3 millimeter by 8 millimeter, $64 for a strand. We got 8 strands of these. You know, these look like, you know, something the Aztecs would have, you know, if you put this on a, you know, strand this up, it looks like, you know, something an Aztec princess would have been wearing. Just very gorgeous, gorgeous, uniform diameter hishi beads, and yet having some interest in how the hishis are cut apart and pieced, and but just super, super lovely. Again, you know, we've had, you know, a lot of what you're seeing is stuff you haven't seen in other shows, and so we thought we'd really try to get you some, you know, exposure to some more of what we have in the store for those of you that can't make the trip all the way to Metro Stoughton. All right, $38 for these. These are again, fairly uniform 8 by 12 millimeter ovals, but again, you will see a few small ones mixed in there. But you know, probably the smallest you're going to see is you know, 7 by 10. You know, maybe 6 by 10. But most of these are that more of that 8, you know, at least 8-ish wide, as big as 12. That one actually might be like 13 millimeters. But again, a fairly consistent oval. Again, this would be great for braceleting, necklacing. So lot 25 is some premium abalone, that we got in 2025 in Tucson. We've had this similar shape in the past in a different quality, and we had those strands featured in one of the shows last year, and that's $38. Those are $38. So this is a higher quality and a slightly larger. These are 6 by 14s. I think the other ones are like 5 by 12. But just again, just a monster amount of flash on the abalone. I call these Toblerones. They are I also put triangular tubes, but they're kind of like a 3-sided tube. And if you've ever had a Toblerone Swiss candy bar, it comes in. Or even like the FedEx tubes kind of come in a triangle tube. But if you love abalone, this is about as high a quality abalone as you're going to find, and $54 a strand. Again, if you're getting it at 20 or 30% off, now you're paying 43, or you're paying even as low as $38 for the abalone. Alrighty. And lot 26, I'm sorry, yeah, lot 26 is a large hole. 6 millimeter large hole. Some people call this chakra. We call it rainbow. Got a 16-inch strand of actually 8 different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, one of those colors is clear crystal. But you're getting the 7 colors of the rainbow, and in this case, it's things like apatite and lapis and amethyst and citrine and carnelian and this looks like it might be it's not a ruby or a garnet, but it's something in that spectrum. Very lovely. Oops, upside down here. But these are large hole, close to 2 millimeter. I'm going to probably safely say 2 millimeter. And what do we use these for? Well, we have a production kit called the triple wrap, knotted triple wrap bracelet, and we do that with many different gemstones. But it's this is just a design idea that for a double-stranded triple wrap bracelet with just using barrel knots. So you can make, I believe you can make at least 2 of these with a strand. So with a single strand. So you're getting 8 times 8, so you're getting 64 beads. And we got you, Miss Carol. Got your request. Thank you. So again, this is lot 26. These are all semi-precious gemstones in a rainbow. 8 different stones of 8 different colors for $28 different dollars. And we do have 10 of these available. And these are just yummy, 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 yummy. All right. And we saw the example. All right, so I got the example out of the way. 27 is black gold Amazonite. And I look back on our records, and we've had 4 and 6 and 8 millimeter in matte black gold Amazonite, and but I look back, we haven't had a 6 millimeter shiny. We haven't had a 6 millimeter shiny yet. So we got a 16-inch strand for just $14. 16-inch strand for just $14 of perfect 6 millimeter rounds. We have these pre-made stretchy bracelets that we get. We do get them in Tucson, and again, handmade, but they're handmade overseas. But one of the best-selling, and we have in about 8 different semi-precious stones, but one of the best-selling ones that we sell is black gold Amazonite, and people just love the variety of color, and that it's kind of all it's all kind of in the same cool color family. So that is lot 27. Lot 28, we've probably got a total of gosh, 20 different strands similar to this, and other than that they're dyed pearls in various, probably 6 different colors and 3 different sizes. So maybe let's just say 18 different ones. And so we've not exhausted all of those. And tonight we've got a couple of those. We've got some gold and we've got some maroon nuggets. These are fun. Becky did a Facebook Live project in 2023 that showed using silk or nylon cord and knotting between pearls like this and different elements to create a kind of a boho 3-wrap and 5-wrap type fun bracelets and necklaces. So it's a great these look like prospector gold right from a California gold mine, but these are a dyed pearl, so it's not their natural nacre, but boy, they do shimmer and shine. And so these are some irregular 6mm nuggets, just $16. Lot 29 is its sister, slightly bigger nugget, slightly more consistent nugget, and in maroon, but it's the same price. These are more like 7mm instead of 6mm. And again, you're already going to kind of see it's just a little bit more regular. But just a rich maroony, magenta-y, probably more on the maroon than magenta. Even you could even say crimson, like Alabama crimson. $16. We have 7 of these available. These are again dyed pearls, but not the natural nacre. But boy, they do shimmer as if they are natural. So lot 30, you might think, oh, I've seen this before, but you haven't. We have several different grades of pink pearls. This is now back to a natural nacre. You could call them blush pearls. I happen to put pink on here, but you could also call them blush. And the other offerings we had were at $12 and $16. This is a $20, and the reason for that is of all 3, if we had the 3 different grades side by side, you'd see these are the most consistent in size, color, and have the brightest nacre, thus the $20. So it's kind of, you could call it a seed pearl. It's probably a little too big to call it a rice pearl, but it's definitely like could call it a seed pearl. But it's a great delicate pink pearl that could be used for any number of applications. Necklaces, earrings, multi-stranded necklaces. These look lovely and look like you see on the movie stars that are on the TV. So that's lot 28, or way off. That's lot 30. We just got 10 more lots, and then we'll get you on your way. These next 4 are sister lots. And again, I'm going to put them out. Oh, and these are check glass beads that they have a very unique finish to them. That has a long name, and I forgot the long name. But these are kind of 10mm bicones. And the reason I want to put them all out there is you can say, give me them all, because Mardi Gras is coming up, and isn't that like the ultimate Mardi Gras starter pack? Look at that. And then big, chunky, and bright. I mean, just shining and shimmering. So I'll go through these individually, but just know, and you can tell Becky, hey, give me all 4. I might throw you a deal. I might knock off $1 a strand if you get all 4. In fact, I will knock off $1 a strand if you get all 4. But these are just $9 for 15. $9 for 15. These are 15 count strands. I don't even know what the inches are. I think all you care about is how many beads are there, and there is 15 of these. So doing some quick math, it's probably a 6-inch strand. But these are check faceted bicones. Teal is lot 31, $9. And again, lot 32 is magenta. Oh my gosh! Just these are not large hole. They do have a hole where I think you could get 1 millimeter. You could possibly get 1 millimeter Genya. You could possibly get 1 millimeter Genya through those. For sure, you could get beading chain. There we go. We got a 4-pack, Diane. I'll make sure that we charge you only $8 each for those. And lot 32 is the magenta. And we have just 9 of those left. I've been told by the people we get these from that he can't get any more of these. So this is, if you like this, go for it now. And then we've got gold is lot 33. I love gold. Look how gold those are. Gold hit a new high again today, I think $5,400 an ounce. Silver hit a new high, $115 an ounce. Anyone that bought my $80 an ounce sterling silver in our last D-Stash show, your $18 lot of silver is probably now worth $27, so, or $26. So you made money if you just melt it. Anyway, that's lot 33, and lot 34 is the final of these, and I call it creme, not cream, creme, because creme is more fancy than cream, right? And again, these 10 millimeter check faceted bicone, 15 count strands. So we got one person doing the Mardi Gras pack. Again, you'd have these in plenty of time for Lent. Lent is not, Lent is just a day short of 3 weeks away. So you'll have them in plenty of time. All right, we got some super juicy emerald. I could tell you these are emeralds, and you'd say, "Oh, I believe you. These are emeralds. These are so gorgeous," but they are indeed serpentine. I guess the price will also tell you that they're serpentine. But even for serpentine, $14 is a steal. $14 is a steal for a full 16-inch strand of 1.5 by 6 millimeter round. We had, this one had a sister in square that we had on a previous show last year, and I believe the square one's all sold out. And again, we only have 5 of the round. So again, there's just 5 of lot 35 available. And again, a highly functional, so much fun you can do with Hishis, you know, turn them into spacers. Lot 36, we have 6 of. We've got these mega African recycled glass 25 millimeter globes. 25 millimeter, that's an inch. Mega globes, you're getting 11 of these. We sell these in our store for $3 each. So you're getting an 11 pack for $18, $33 value. Again, bold necklace. Oh, I meant to bring, I meant to bring an example down. But you guys have probably seen this where you do a choker and it's just this single bead, and maybe you got a little bit of accent here, maybe you got a little bit of accent here, and it's just a very simple, delicate choker. These have at least a 3mm hole, at least a 3mm hole, so you can put them on just about anything on the planet. And we do have just 6 of these available, and they're in this, gorgeous, kind of like a sea glass. Again, very nautical, very Caribbean, especially if you're going on a cruise. But so these do have some weight to them. They could be used as a weapon if you strand up a whole strand of these. But again, $18. And then we got some lapis. Then we got some insane value strands. We got some insane value strands that I think you're going to eat up. So if you've been sitting on your trigger finger all night, get that trigger finger ready after lot 37, because we got inexpensive and long strands. Inexpensive and long strands. Anyway, lot 37 is some lapis that we've never had on a show before. This is matte lapis, rectangle, 7x10 rectangles, but also kind of in a nuggety shape. These just kind of look, archaeological almost. But this is definitely a premium quality lapis. We got it from, there's one tried and true premium quality lapis dealer in Tucson. He's at the far back of the Holodome, far left corner. I can't remember the guy's name, but all he has is lapis other than a little bit of abalone. But he pretty much has just a booth full of, lapis 100 different ways at 100 different price points. And we thought, well, we haven't had these. Again, could be necklace, could be bracelet. This is definitely unisex. You could a guy could definitely wear this both as a bracelet or a necklace. I mean, they're just so lovely. And that's,
I haven't looked at those lately, but I think they have a pretty big hole.
they have about at most a 1mm hole. So I did check. And most of these I did check ahead in advance. All right, get your trigger fingers ready. 38. So at the August Milwaukee show, we were working with an Indonesian glass seller, and we got. This is correct. These are 48-inch strands. 48 inches. So that's like 3 16-inch strands. So you're paying $4. You're paying $4 for a 16-inch strand of these. And so we have 8 48-inch strands. These are kind of a teal medley Indonesian glass. They do have at least a 1mm hole. They range anywhere from 2mm to 4mm. Kind of like what are those cylinder type beads? Miyuki. They have that kind of vibe to them. They're kind of almost like a size 6 Miyuki or something like that. But you're getting a ton of beads. I can't even begin to count here. Let's just see. Let's just safely say 10 to the inch. You're getting, what's close to 500 beads. 500 beads for $12. But look at that. Look at that medley. Look at that medley of teals and greens and blues and hey, Katney. Be sure we got your email at the end of the show. Welcome. But this is just lovely. And then we have a Christmas version of this coming up. A Christmas version of this is coming up. So that's lot 38. 39 is similar to African Christmas beads, but these come from Indonesia, and they're much more uniform in size than Christmas beads, but they're kind of the same color. But again, 48 inches for just $10. These are just $10. So you're paying $3.33 for a 16-inch strand of these beads. If you look at it from that standpoint, if you're getting discounts, you could be paying as little as $2.33 for a 16-inch strand of these. And we do have just 10 of these left. Kind of in that, most of the beads are, the smallest dimension on any of these beads is probably 2 millimeter. The largest is probably 5 to 6 millimeter. And they're kind of anywhere in between, but much more uniform than Christmas. Christmas can kind of be all over the size in terms of sizes and shapes, and but you're going to get definitely every color of the rainbow if you want to do some rainbowing with these. I thought those both would sell out, Mama, but it is what it is. So Becky got a bunch of this stuff. This is actually kind of old African clay, 34 inches for just $5. 34 inches for just $5. These are anywhere from 1 to 4 millimeters. They're kind of bisky. They're obviously, they're not like they're not glazed, so it's like
and some of them are stuck together.
Becky says you might run into a few that are stuck together,
which is cool. I mean, I like that.
Kind of cool, where there might be like it'll all of a sudden be like a little like maybe there's some right there where there's like 2 together, or that's not 2 together, but anyway, you get the idea. There might be a couple together, but then that creates a unique bead. So they're all kind of in this tannish, neutral, kind of like earthenware type color, but again, $5 for 34 inches of beads. You can't go wrong there. That's about $2.20 a 16-inch strand. $2.20 a 16-inch strand. So, alrighty. Well, we got you. Ran just a little past 7 o'clock. I don't think there's anything good on TV tonight. Anyway, so nothing.
That is a matter of personal opinion, though.
That is a matter of personal opinion. So yeah. So all that said, we should have had, I don't know if we want to run up and get, or I can run up and get them, the kits for the little kit launch. They're right behind your desk. Just grab them. So Becky's going to do a kit show in 2 weeks. We're going to launch a kit called Dunkin' Donuts. It's a fun kit. We think you're going to enjoy it. And we might have a few accessories to go along with that. But like with any kit launch, there'll be a complete tutorial. Look for that show at noon on Friday the 13th. Noon on Friday the 13th. It'll kind of be our Valentine's Day show. And then back on February 26th, we are going to do another component show. On the 26th, we're going to do, so exactly 4 weeks from today, we're going to do a component D-stash show.
There you go.
All righty. So these are, we've already started getting them ready. So this is the newest bracelet kit. I've got the web cart built, but I haven't turned it on. But it is it's kind of a, similar to the second weave of our Celtic braid bracelet. But as we weave it, as we were weaving it, I thought, okay, essentially you're going to be putting a donut on one side, a donut on the other side, and then you dunk down the center of the next piece of chain. So donut, donut, dunk, donut, donut, dunk, donut, donut, dunk. So we thought, oh, we'll call it Dunkin' Donuts. And we put an ampersand in there to avoid having a large national chain sue us. So, but anyway, look for that show in 2 weeks. Kattni, you can do it either way. Our preference for add-ons or people shopping after the show is via email, because I see it better than, I'm the one that does the accounting, and I'll see it first in email before I see it in Facebook. But people do add-ons in the Facebook feed all the time, and we will monitor the Facebook feed probably through at least 8:30 tonight Central Time. So whichever way is easiest for you, Kattni, but knowing that you got to give us your email, you can do it in the email too. Mary Sue, you can buy those at the 2-4 class. They were actually the last Beads and Brew class. Dunkin' Donuts was actually we called it Woven Picasso when we advertised it, but we changed its name. So it was actually the last class. So yeah, we'll make sure we bring some of those to the February 4th Beads and Brews. I'll make a note of that. So anyway, so all that said, like I said, please feel free to shop the replay. Please feel free to shop the replay, and
what's the deals depending on the amounts?
yes, I just put the sign back up. So again, everything today was 10% off. Everything if you spend over 100, you get 20% off. If you spend over 30 or $250, you get 30% off. If you are in our designer program, studio designer program, you can get the better of your personal discount or the show discount, but not both. And again, as long as you have a net order over $50, we will ship it to you absolutely free. Otherwise, you pay $5.95 shipping. And thank you all for coming out and shopping on this chilly night here in Wisconsin. And we hope you're staying warm. And we'll see you again in 15 days. Good night and God bless.
Thanks, everyone. God bless.